This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Which constituencies has the Congress backed? DMK top brass to announce the big constituency list soon. Meanwhile, the AIA-DMK seals its seat sharing deal with the left party. CPI gets 10 seats and CPIM gets 12. While the left parties are left smiling, sources say Vaiko is unhappy. Reports are coming in that MTMK might be offered 30. Chief Election Commissioner says money flow is a big concern and they will look into complaints of extra cash being given to NREGA workers. Deface walls and face the music. That's the EC's note to all parties. But are the wall artists the losers of the great election whitewash?
If anybody tries to put up any new wall writing or posters, we will take very severe action.
Good evening, you're watching the Late Night News with me, Divya. Let's bring you the other top stories across the globe making headlines. 2 people injured in the grenade attack on the Congress office in Guwahati. As Japan battles a crisis, the Indian Prime Minister assures Parliament that nuclear safety is the government's top priority. Indian ambassador confirms that Indians in Sendai will get help to come home. NDTV brings you this picture from Ground Zero. A 19-year-old is charged with raping and killing an Indian girl in Sydney. India asks Australia for a report. The careless approach to hygiene in Jodhpur's government hospital takes another life. 18 women have died till now. BJP disrupts Parliament over Union Minister Pawan Bansal's alleged role in a Chandigarh shop allotment scam. Well, the big list of constituencies that the DMK and Congress are going to contest in will be out anytime tonight or by tomorrow. The DMK's top brass will announce the 63 constituencies, and sources say the Congress has backed key constituencies in Chennai and some seats that were formerly the DMK's stronghold. After hard bargaining that lasted 5 meetings, the two parties arrived at an understanding on the constituencies last night. Meanwhile, the Dravidar Kazhagam General Council has decided to support the DMK-led alliance for the coming elections. Our executive editor Sanjay Pinto joins senior journalist Murari and our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed on why the DMK is palming off city constituencies to allies including the Congress, and if Ms. Jayalalitha is looking to contest from Srinagar.
Is it the Rahul Gandhi factor at work here also? The Congress getting not just the numbers it wanted but also dictating the menu in a sense?
In a way, yes, because it was Rahul Gandhi who said it's time we started riding piggyback on the Dravidar Kazhagam and started out on our own, maybe in a few elections, even if you meant losing a few elections. That way, it's a very bold attempt. That's what Mupnar had been saying for a long, and it was fell on deaf ears. At least now the Congress has woken up to that. It's a good sign. They have to go out, and the tragedy is Congress has no grassroots structure to do field work in the elections. It has to depend on the Dravidian allies. That's the reason why it has allied with either the DMK or the ADMK all these elections. That situation has not even now. But he thinks, Rahul thinks the youth brigade will go to the field and work. We have to wait and see how it is going to work out.
Absolutely, yeah. Murari, also what about the factions? Like the Vasan faction is said to have insisted on 17 seats for Vasan supporters. Mr. Chidambaram about 15 seats. 7 of course we are told were earmarked for the Rahul brigade. How do you think all these factions, plus given the bickering and the open the spat with the DMK is actually going to play out on the ground, and how will the two sides, I keep asking this on several bulletins, how will both the sides actually coordinate and cooperate with each other?
In a general election is each for himself. No, can I say, for example, Chidambaram faction will not have time to go and sabotage the chances of rival candidate from a neighbor, even if he is from a neighboring constituency from the Vasan camp. Each will have to defend his own seat. To that extent, there will be cohesion, an indirect kind of cohesion between the two groups. The differences will be forgotten for the moment. Each will be trying to make the maximum effort possible to win his own seat, save his own skin. So, to that extent, how many factions may be, ultimately, how many emerge victorious. Only in the post-election scenario, we will know which faction is going to get an upper hand. Right now, as I said, it's all very fluid.
Murari, also the city has been the DMK's fort for a long time. They used to say Timuka and Kotai. Why is that DMK now palming off city constituencies to allies including the Congress?
DMK has developed cold feet because of spectrum scam. You know, it has angered the middle class, the upper middle class and the middle class, the learned voter. But I don't know how many of them really turn up to vote. If you look at the percentages, the urban slums which turn up in large numbers. And if DMK feels that it has taken care of the poor, whether urban or rural, it should be confident enough to contest in the city elections. But it doesn't want to take any chances in this election. And that's one reason why, you know, it palmed off all the tough seats to the Congress. Congress feels, you know, it's for the educated people. It may forgive its passivity in the inaction on the spectrum scam and will still vote for the Congress based on the central government's performance. That's what it thinks. But it remains to be seen to what extent Congress also will be affected by if there is a wave of anger against the front as such.
Peer Mohammed, let's go across to Peer now. Peer, there are reports, unconfirmed of course, that Ms. Jayalalitha may contest from Srirangam, perhaps preferring a semi-urban spot where the 2G issue can be better explained. Also reports that Mr. Karunanidhi may opt for Tiruvarur near his native village, where a thorn could emerge in the form of a rose, a transgender contestant on a DMDK ticket. What explains this sudden shift of the big wigs, as it were, from their traditional bases?
Yes, Sanjay, the fact that Jayalalitha may contest from Srirangam is because in Andipatti, in fact, from Theni Lok Sabha constituency, the Congress won. The Harun was elected from Theni constituency, under which Andipatti falls. So Mr. Alagiri had made inroads into that particular constituency, which is the stronghold of Jayalalitha so far. And that may be one reason why Jayalalitha is looking to change her constituency from Andipatti to Srirangam or some other constituency in the western belt, maybe Kaundampalayam or Kobichettipalayam, which we are not very sure of at this point in time. But definitely Srirangam, because in the 2009 Lok Sabha elections, particularly this Srirangam Assembly constituency, this particular segment alone, the ADMK candidate P. Kumar had a lead of almost 30,000 votes against his rival Charbala Tondaman, the Congress candidate, and also Trichy elected that ADMK candidate P. Kumar in 2009. This assembly segments, such a huge margin giving to the ADMK candidate might explain this sudden shift of base of Jayalalitha. Also, the likely shift of DMK chief also is because the city is not favorable for the DMK anymore, particularly due to the stigma associated with the 2G scam. And Chepak also, he had about 15,000 margin last time in 2006 assembly polls. Now that Tiruvarur, if you look at the Nagapattinam Lok Sabha constituency, where from the DMK candidate was elected in 2009, all the assembly segments DMK had a clear lead.
And still ahead on the bulletin, the Election Commission has with him a long list of complaints. They will all come under the scanner now. More details when we come back.